unfolding love. Flow through me as I open up to be an expression of your unfolding peace. And Spirit, show through me as I open up to be an expression of your unfolding.
My name is Shannon. Welcome to our Midweek Faith Lift. Today is Wednesday, today is actually October 19th.
October 19th.
Wednesday, October 19th. And I am joined here by my friend and our musical, you're the musical director of Unity of Chattanooga, actually.
Yay! I am. I'm the musical director, and I'm joined by Mr. Shannon LeBron.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
What are you?
Well, I'm actually a board member.
You're a board member?
Yeah, and I host this Midweek Faith Lift for our viewers every Wednesday.
And you're our media person.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Definitely the media person.
Great.
But I'm so happy to have you. I've been trying to get you on this show for a long time.
Well, I'm happy to be here.
I'm so glad that you're finally here.
I am too. I really appreciated your call yesterday too, because I was going through a little something, so I was a little apprehensive about doing something like this. But I'm really glad and happy for the opportunity.
Yeah.
And I'm so grateful. I'm looking at your little sign over here. Friends are God's way of taking care of us.
Right.
I feel taken care of, and I feel taken care of at church at Unity of Chattanooga on Sunday mornings. And
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
It resonates through my week. I think about things, and I'm really encouraged from it. Yeah.
Well, how did you find Unity of Chattanooga? How did you find? Let's start with New Thought. Did you find New Thought first? Then you found Unity of Chattanooga.
That's an interesting story. New Thought for me, it came from a good friend of mine, Diane Swan. She was in between towns, and she was living with me for a while, and she left some materials behind. She didn't want to carry all the clutter with her, and there was a book. And it was so funny. Amanda and Kelly were talking about it the other day. The Sermon on the Mount by Emmett Fox. And I read it, and it was just a different interpretation of some of the scriptures that I'd always read before. And I was just reading, and it just was different. Months later, I had visited Christ Unity Church. And I don't know which one came first, if it was the reading of the book or that. And what blew me away was we were sitting in this little house full of people. And at one point, they sang to the kids, telling them how precious they were and how special. And I was thinking, this is different, way different from anything I've experienced before growing up, Baptist and stuff. So that was that experience. And then about 17 years ago, a friend of mine was singing at Unity of Chattanooga. And I called to make sure she was going to be there, and Penny answered the phone and said, I sure hope she's going to be here today because I'm standing right next to her. So that was interesting. So I went to church that morning, and the message was so wonderful. I remember it to this day. Doug was speaking, and Doug spoke on, you're exactly right. You're exactly right. And what he was saying is, whatever you practice, whatever you're thinking about, whatever flows in your mind, what you really focus on, you're going to get exactly what you're looking for. And you're going to be always correct whether it serves you properly or not as well.
Wow.
Does that make sense?
It does. It makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense.
And to this day,
You
I
get exactly
see
what
it.
you think about.
I get it.
Mm-hmm.
And that goes back to what I was so grateful for your phone call yesterday to do this, because I was just in my feelings about a lot of things, and it gave me the opportunity to recognize and to remember and to remember my connection with God, my oneness with God. That's the thing. We forget to remember. We don't have to reconnect. We never have to reconnect. We're always connected. And when we focus on those things, you get the right, you get the good, you get what you really want on it. Because you're going to always, receive what you're looking for. And it's not good or bad. It's just honoring the process. So if I want to be right, if I want to feel good, if I want to have joy, I need to think on the things that create joy.
Yes.
How are you doing today, Shannon?
I'm doing really well. I'm just taking in what you're saying and
Walk in the light, sing it. Beautiful light. Walk where the dewdrops of mercy shine bright.
Yeah, I love that song. I just love that
Shine all around us by day and by night. Walk in the light of the world.
Yes. It's so important to do that.
It's so true.
Yes,
Yeah,
it's so
it's important.
important.
We don't always do it.
Right.
You know, but the light's always there.
It's always there for us.
It's
to walk
always
in.
there.
Always available.
Yeah,
always available.
always
Would you
there.
tell me a little bit about how your religious childhood experiences? What were they like?
Well, I grew up in a Baptist church. New Thought. From when you hear about it, you realize it's been around forever. Think about it. There's so many books that were printed late 1800s, 1900s. Through the 60s. Joseph Murphy, the Fillmores, Emma Curtis Hopkins. All these people were writing about this stuff, but it just wasn't prevalent. So we were based in Baptist church, and there were certain things about it that were just wonderful, and I was raised that way. So and parents are supposed to teach their children what they know, and children are supposed to follow what their parents teach them. But I do remember being a young child and just thinking, well, does that make sense that certain people are at fault because of the way they were raised? Certain people were at fault because of what they were taught, as far as religion goes. And would God hold that against them? And I remember asking that question before, and I got strange answers, and strange looks. But that was what I thought from a child on. I always thought those things. So then when I come across, you were exactly right. Thanks again, Doug. You're exactly right. I realized there was a new way of thinking. There was a different way. There was a different approach to the teachings. And then from reading the Sermon on the Mount, wow, there's a different interpretation of this and that. Just beautiful stuff. So,
What did that do for you? That different interpretation,
it gave me a better hope.
Wow.
Everybody wants to be okay. And there's differences. We're common ground, bottom line. That's just like, the typical scriptures talk about, we've all fallen short and come, short of the glory of God, stuff like that. We've heard those things before, but it makes a little bit of sense to me. It makes a lot of sense. We're all common, But we have different challenges and different things, but the bottom line is everybody wants to be okay. And there's not a certain hoop that you have to jump through to be okay. You have to just be yourself. And if myself is not good enough, what's the point? Why was I created? You know, why were we created if ourselves were not good enough? You know, we've got things to learn, you know, different methods that we could go through, just to get us better, just to get us lined up. But we're all okay. We're all okay. You know.
Wow.
What do you think?
What,
How do you feel?
I feel good. I feel really good. Yeah, I'm actually enjoying the conversation that we're having.
I'm talking.
Yeah. Well, that's a good thing. That is a good thing. I mean, we don't get a chance to talk this deeply about our you know, our spiritual experiences, and so this is an opportunity for you to do that. Now, you do get an opportunity to sing.
Oh my gosh.
A lot. You know.
That's another thing, and I can. You know, I've always been a church type musician. I sing in bands and other stuff like that. I worked at the Choo Choo Forever singing. Church at Unity is totally different because I started at Unity of Chattanooga, and then I got involved with the bands and stuff, so I was gone a lot. And then there was a time at Christ Unity where there would just be 4 or 5 of us in a circle, and I'd get over and sing a song, and it was just so intimate. And I was thankful for those few months that it just gave me the opportunity just to allow myself to express through the music, through the playing, because I was never really comfortable accompanying myself. You know, and I always play, but I'd always freak out, and I still have little challenges with that. But being at Unity of Chattanooga now, we're at the community center, Red Bank Community Center,
right.
Tom Withers,
Boulevard.
in between Erlanger and the Erlanger North and the pool.
Right.
Okay. So it's just seeing the growth of everybody just being there and just being able to serve and just being able to express and just to flow, to have something flow through you. And for it to be part of a message, sometimes planned, sometimes not planned, but most of the time it just flows. I was speaking to Doug earlier this morning, and a lot of times we can do a song, or I can do a song, and he's told me what he's going to talk about. I've already prepared a song that will fit right into it. We can come in, and Laura can do her movement, and she can speak on the same things that I'm going to sing about, that Doug's going to talk about, and we have had no communication.
Synchronicity.
Yeah. And it's beautiful just to have that opportunity, just to be part of something that, even if I'm not always feeling something, like, you know, because you have your ups and downs, you have your ups and down days, but the message always comes across because someone needs to receive it.
You know, speaking about ups and downs, and we all have them. You know, what do you do when you're having your down moments? Like, what kind of things do you do to keep yourself?
Well, I'm a musical person. So I love music. I love singers. My gosh, I grew up being a Natalie Cole fan. Not Nat King Cole's daughter, Natalie Cole, but Natalie Cole. The Natalie Cole, not Nat King Cole's daughter. And that's my little plug. I'm a girl. But anyway, so that's why I grew up just loving her since I was like 10 years old. And then I just singing around town. I would always sing in weddings and stuff, way back when I knew everybody that was getting married. I'm a little growner now, you know, so most folk aren't getting married at around my age point. But anyway, now I listen to a lady, Lindsay Webster. I loved her voice. But then I realized on some of the songs, I just could hear New Thought. And it blew me away. And I started listening more and more. So now I get to present some of her songs during service. But that's the main thing that I do to uplift me, because I think the music gets going. The music gets going, and if it's happy music, I get a little lifted. The words are encouraging, I get a little lifted. You know, the most important, this was one of the lyrics through one of her songs that I'm listening to now. It's called I'm Okay, what I've been talking about all morning. But it's how you handle the heartache at the end of every day. Just to realize that we're okay. Realize it, just knowing. But your mind has to be on it. You want your mind on it. You don't want to just sit around moping all the time. So it's best, to avoid, certain things that you look at. I hadn't looked at Dahmer yet. Everybody's looking at Dahmer, but I don't want to look at Dahmer. So I'll listen to something, something a little wholesome, a little softer, or listen to podcasts or whatever and get encouraged. I've been listening to Joseph Murphy's The Power of the Subconscious Mind.
Power of Subconscious Mind, right?
Oh, that's been giving me a lot of life and a lot of encouragement. Yeah.
And so it's important that you take responsibility for what you're allowing to come into your circumference. Right. That's a part of your spiritual.
It's powerful.
Yeah. Part of your spiritual practice.
Now I'm working on the practice. Now I've not really been a meditator. I'm finding it easier to still myself at the beginning of the day through that, and just listen and be motivated through it. But still, as I say, the ups and downs come, but then I get better. This helps. This communication, this back and forth, this talking.
The community.
This community. My goodness. Yeah.
I'm always trying to get you to.
Yeah, you are.
I'm always.
You really are. Well, you know what happens? You get busy. And think about it. You get so busy, you don't have time for what you need to have time for.
Wow. Which is what?
Which is most important. Yeah.
Which is what? Which would be what?
You
said you don't have time for what you
the like-minded people, the like-minded thoughts, the encouraging thoughts of walking away from the negative, the stuff that's not feeding you as well. Just walking towards the joy. Goodness and mercy are following us all the days of our lives, but we need to walk in the direction that goodness and mercy. You better
preach, Landis.
Well, it's true.
You better preach.
I'll say this. Now I've got this from Jesse Harriet. He spoke and he said under the peace that passeth all our understanding, under everything that we're standing on is peace.
Right.
We just have to realize it. Peace is always there. Light is always there. God is always there. Everywhere. We're never, like I said before, we're never disconnected. God is always there. We're just not focusing.
Wow.
So we need to walk in a direction of, wait a minute now. Come on. Where is the joy? Here. Now, where can I find the joy? Okay. Now, joy resonates a little bit better over here on this little. Okay, let's focus on that. Let's smile a little. What's encouraging me to smile? What's encouraging me to sing a happy song? Okay.
One of the songs that I noticed that you've been playing, you've played a couple times in the last couple months is Beckwith's wife, his ex-wife. We Let the Love Shine.
Yeah.
What is it about that song? I mean, have you noticed that you played it quite
beautiful.
First of all, just tell the viewers what the name of that song is.
We Let the Love Wash Over Us.
Can you sing a verse of that?
We let the love wash over us. We let it be. Yeah, we let the love wash over us. It's the last time was motivated by Faye-Ann. Faye-Ann was allowing us to receive the love and to give the love. She was allowing us to do these things, and she was welcoming us into it.
Right. Yeah.
And that was part of it.
On a physical level.
On a physical level.
It wasn't just a message, but she was demonstrating.
Yeah, she was demonstrating
her
and
arms.
It just came in my head. We let the love wash over us. And so we all joined in and sang with her. And that was a beautiful moment because, I tell you what, I can see.
We have to let it. One of the things I hear that song is that we have to let it.
Yeah.
A lot of times it's always available. Always available to us. But we have to let it wash over.
And you have let it wash over.
I've let it wash over me, and I've noticed.
We've all noticed. And that's the same thing with Faye-Ann. Now, we remember Faye-Ann from 10 years ago. I remember you from when you first came. And look at what you're doing right now. You were not the same person.
My God.
You did not allow you were observant. You were cautiously observant. And now you're in. You're in and you're sharing and you're serving. And we thank you for it. I thank you for it. I was blown away with the talk that was going on and the reality that it was Shannon and Penny at one point.
Wow.
That was Unity of Chattanooga. Shannon and Penny. That's beautiful. And then to look at the beautiful faces that are out there now at the church. You know, the new people. The new people that are coming in. Some of the other people are coming back. It's just beautiful. But it starts from you guys being a remnant of not saying, let it go. You didn't give up. But think about it. 5-6 years ago, you would have had no idea that you were part of that source. You were part of that remnant.
I didn't know.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
You know, and I have Doug back and just, you know, I'm grateful to be in service there. And everybody's, it's a wonderful thing. We come in on Sunday mornings and we just hit it. We hit it. I come in a little later than everybody else. We get it done and we're ready to go.
Yeah.
About 5 minutes after 11, if you do right, Shannon. If you get it done right.
Right.
Okay.
I try my best.
We all try.
You know, one of the things I've definitely noticed a transition a transformation in your spirit, in your life. I noticed that the music has definitely, you've allowed the music to come through you a little bit more than you have in the past because, like you said, I've been coming to Unity Chattanooga for about 6 years. And so I remember you from when I first started and I see you now. And I do see a difference. I do see
I feel
the flow.
A difference. I feel a better flow. And I know that I'm doing what I'm supposed to do.
You are standing in your realness.
I'm standing in a realness. And it's beautiful to me. I'm encouraged by it. And I'm grateful. I'm grateful. You know.
Well, Landis, I want to thank you for coming out and joining me.
We are not done.
Okay.
Are we done?
Yeah. Well, we are. We are.
This is beautiful. Yay! He's so happy.
Yeah.
I am so happy because, you know, guys, I can run my mouth, but, you know, at church. But this is different. And I'm so grateful for it. I'm so thankful.
Well, I'm grateful to have you here. And I'd like to have you come back.
Well, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And I want to remind our viewers that we are here every Wednesday at 4 o'clock.
My faith has been lifted.
Good.
This is what it's called, Midweek Faith Lift.
It's called Midweek Faith Lift.
Yeah.
And the purpose of it is to give people a little lift during the week.
Oh.
And you can tune into our Unity of Chattanooga Facebook page to catch this podcast. You can also tune into our Unity of Chattanooga YouTube channel to catch this podcast. And you can also join our Friends of Unity of Chattanooga Facebook group to catch this podcast. We have a variety of different ways.
We're everywhere.
Yeah, we're moving on up.
Moving up.
Remember that song, Jefferson? We're moving on up.
Yeah.
We're moving on up. We're getting that word out.
To all sides.
This is a very important message. We
all
want to make
sides.
sure this message gets out.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
It was so good to be here.
And I also want to remind our viewers that we have a spiritual connection group every Thursday.
What's that like?
Well, it's a chance for the members just to get together. We get together. Members, non-members, we get together and we just kind of like just fellowship with each other at Whole Foods on Manufacturers Road here in Chattanooga, Tennessee, in a mezzanine. And we just get up there, and some of us get food, and we just chat. You know, whatever comes up. You know, it's also
like we're doing right now.
Like we're doing right now. See, you know, sometimes we talk spiritual stuff. Sometimes.
So when Shannon calls you, do it, cause it's just like that.
Yeah.
Just talk.
Yeah.
You know what? There's so much to say.
It is a lot to say.
There's so much to say.
You have a lot to say, Landis. We all have a lot to say. And I just want to hear it. And our viewers want to hear it.
There's so much more to say.
Yes.
Wow, and I'm so grateful for it. I am.
And finally, I want to remind our viewers that, you know, they can catch our Sunday service online, or they can come out to, we talked about it, Tom Withers Glasscock Community Center in Red Bank, Chattanooga.
Glasscock?
Yeah,
okay.
Tennessee.
Okay.
And they can catch our Sunday service at, we start setting up about 10, but they can get there about 11 o'clock.
Well, you get there at 10:30 for movement. Spiritual movement.
Yes, with Lord
Noise. And that's beautiful. You get a lot out of that.
Yeah.
And then service will start right at 11. Just have a good time.
And you open up our service so wonderfully. I just love the way you open up the service.
Huh?
I love the way you open up the service. You just open it up, you know, and I love it. You love it. Anyway, I want to thank our viewers for coming out. I love
it too. I'm having a good time.
I Thank you again for coming.
Yay!
And you got to come back.
Okay.
All right. Guys, love you. And we'll see you next week, Wednesday.